Breaking news. Court orders CBN to unfreeze NSAS promoters' accounts. Hello, my wonderful people. Right since October 2020, some person's account has been frozen. I tell you, before the Christmas, some people's accounts were frozen. Why? We all know what happened in October precisely, where Nigerian youth stood up to say enough is enough. We cannot condone or accept this anymore. The police or NSAS squad is supposed to be those that should be protecting lives and property. How come they are now the ones, who are committing more crime, atrocity, to mention but a few? We cannot allow it to happen. So the youth of the nation went out to say enough is enough. Guess what? Up until today, the federal government has taken it on board, fighting the youth left, right, and center. Visa seized, passport seized, bank account frozen, court case, phones bugged, being monitored, to mention but a few. Let's get straight into the news and get all the details. Breaking news. Court orders CBN to unfreeze NSAS promoters' accounts. A federal high court in Abuja has set aside the order it made on November the 4th, 2020, freezing accounts linked with some promoters of the NSAS protests that took place across the country last year. Justice Ahmed Mohammed, in a ruling on Wednesday, also ordered all affected banks to immediately unfreeze the affected bank accounts. Justice Mohammed proceeded to strike out the suit mark FAC/ABG/CS/1384/2020 filed by the government of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), in respect of which the expert order freezing the account for 180 days was made on November the 4th, 2020. The court decision was informed by the withdrawal of all proceedings filed in relation to the suit by the lawyers in all parties. As we speak, banks are being instructed to unfreeze NSAS promoters' accounts with immediate effect. My dear, so Nigerian government has finally realized that they've been in a deep sleep. When other governments, other people, forward thinking, are encouraging their youths to come on board and do things that will enhance growth, promotion, bring their ideas to the table, Nigerian government is fighting her future. When NSAS happened, I don't know how NSAS consign or becomes a national a bank issue. We had nothing to do with the bank as youth of Nigeria. The issue was end police brutality. Enough is enough of police brutality. Young men and women in the society, growing up at that age, you begin to want to, you feel yourself. You dress well, you buy the things in vogue, you work hard, you know, and before you know it, they began to be tagging the Nigerian youths as criminals. You hold a laptop, you are in serious trouble. So much so that they would take people to their bank account and force them to withdraw money for them. Oh, yes, the matter became, beyond you can ever imagine. And Nigerian government were there, keeping quiet and pretending like, nothing was happening. Like, not, they began to harass, you know, disturb Nigerian youth. I'm not saying that there were no people who was taking advantage of the system and began to, affect people negatively, in the sense that they began to use, their position that they are computer literate to defraud people. But that was not the aim of NSAS, if I may tell you. The aim was to alert the government, the federal government, that an injustice is going on. The police unit, called the SARS unit, was an anti criminal unit to fight crime, not to fight the youths. For crying out loud, most youths in Nigeria are already working, paying tax. And so they are being paid by the salary of from which we pay our tax. How come they are the ones now we use our money to get what is like you have a gatesman And the gate man is not the one controlling your life and making things even more difficult that you can never anticipate, imagine, or think. That was what he became. To the extent that Nigerian youth had to come out and say, no, enough is enough. Guess what? I don't know who told Emefiele, but definitely he's doing the work, is bidding of his masters. Before you know it, he was the one that filed a court case injunction against Nigerian youths, especially those, who are influencers, to say, youth, you need to come out. Our voices need to be heard. What is happening is unprecedented. How can we allow this evil to be happening? We cannot allow it. Everybody come out. And guess what they did? Some were some were taken to police custody. Some were, like Orumusele, some were taken to police custody. Phones were bugged. To mention but a few. They are being monitored like they are criminals. Why the real criminals walk scot-free? Nigerian government tell you that they are giving them, they are repentant. To mention but a few, a lot of water went down the drain. A lot. So much so that, Nigerian youth, when somebody goes through a traumatic experience, some lost their lives. Not to mention Lekki. I'm not even going close to Lekki at all. I'm not even going there. When someone goes through such a kind of traumatic experience like that, it leaves you with a scar. First of all, you need a renewal of mind. What do I mean by that? You need counseling. You need to gain to be able to build confidence in yourself. What happened on October 2020 demoralized Nigerian youths, so much so that lots of people will not even want to take a step to make a decisive decision or make their voice be heard as a result of some of the activities that happen. Nigerian government succeeded in breaking their future. I don't understand what kind of government is not forward thinking, that all they are thinking about themselves is themselves, how to amass more wealth, steal from the nation, for themselves. Crime and criminals walk free. Why the very ones who should be tended and looked after, the very ones that should be supported, are the ones they now tag as criminals? Oh yes, that's Nigeria for you. That's the kind of country that we are in. But guess what? Not anymore. Although we have been pushed down, we are rising up again to say enough is enough. And thank God the court case today has stricken out, just striked out all injunction against NSAS promoters that froze their accounts. Imagine people going through Christmas, entering into the new year, no funds whatsoever. But thank God the case has been decided today. Leave us a comment. God bless you. Bye for now.